Hello? Chris? Oh, no, don't worry about that. It's just good to speak to you. Yeah. Really?
You look very smart.
Well, don't sound so surprised. I've got a suit for every day of the week. And you're looking at it. Where's your rating? Do you think the magistrates will be impressed?
I reckon you'll probably get 2 liquor licences looking as respectable as that. Oh, come on, Vic. You're applying for a licence for an off-licence in a small village. You're not about to open Yorkshire's answer to Stringfellows.
I should never have hit that looter.
That won't do you any harm. The magistrates are locals, don't forget. You could have probably lynched him and got away with it.
Maybe. I'll be all right as long as I don't go too far back on my record.
So you're a bit of a wild boy on an estate in the East End, but we're a long, long way from there now. Stop worrying.
All right. You tell me what's worrying you, then.
Me? Nothing worrying me.
Come on. You've been on pins about that therapy session with the kids.
I was just worried for them, that's all.
You sure that's all it was?
Look, stop going on at me and go and get that licence.
All right. I just wish we'd applied in your name, though. We'd have no worries about the past then.
Well, we didn't. And we haven't got any worries about yours. It's all going to be fine. Stop fussing.
I'm surprised you didn't want it in your name.
I just couldn't be bothered with all that form filling and that. Anyway, I've got enough looking after you lot.
Well, if we're too much for you, just say.
Don't even joke about it. Good luck. It's all going to work out. And thanks for bringing us here, even though we did have to live through that awful experience.
He apologised for phoning so early. Said it was like the middle of the afternoon for him, being in hospital. Are you sure you can manage without me?
For goodness sake, Frank. Just go and see him.
It's not every day we open a sports club.
Yeah, well, you give him everybody's best wishes. And don't worry about the club. Lynn and I'll cope easily.
Thanks. I'll get back as quickly as I can.
Well, drive carefully and take your time.
Right. You don't know how much that phone call meant to me.
I think I just might.
We'll be able to start planning properly now. A purpose-built bungalow and all the latest devices to help him.
Frank, just move at his pace, not yours, eh?
I tell you, something's happening with Eric and I'm going to nail him for it.
Why would Eric Pollard have early morning meetings with the army?
I don't know.
And what made you follow him?
Because I know he's up to something. All this nonsense about paying for a memorial plaque, it's just not him.
Maybe it's just his conscience playing him up. I mean, he might really be missing your mum and, I don't know, want some sort of monument to her.
Rubbish. You never thought about himself, he always will. He's evil, Rachel, believe me.
But what's he done? I mean, suppose he did have a meeting with the army bloke. He might just have been innocent.
What do you mean, suppose? I told you he met with an army truck and I told you that I saw him.
All right. So he did. So what?
He's up to something. I'll tell you something else.
What?
I think he killed my mother.
Michael, you've been through an awful lot, and it must have been a great shock to you. But your mum died in the air crash.
How do you know? How does anybody know? It's the best cover-up he could have asked for.
What makes you think like that?
Because I know him. He's been acting strange ever since. He's got something to hide and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
You're going to make yourself ill. That's what you're going to do, Michael.
He can't get away with it.
Don't do anything stupid. You've got a criminal record. If you're serious about your mother's death, go and speak to the police about it.
What are they going to do?
It's the job, Michael, not yours. Don't get yourself into trouble over him.
Looks like he's going to get away with forging them checks as well. Frank Tay don't want to know. And he's managed to worm his way into this cottage for the next 3 months. God, I can't believe he's won everybody over.
Don't let this become an obsession, Michael.
He's killed my mother. I'm sure of it.
Hello, Frank, come in.
Thanks. Oh, I'm sorry. Have I come at a bad time?
Well, we're just off to the hospital.
Yeah, me too. I'm on my way to Sheffield to see Chris. How is Annie? Any news?
It's just the same, really. We're hoping for some good news today.
Good luck. Look, I'm sorry to bother you, but I need a favour from a man who knows about horses. I want to surprise Kim with a replacement for Dark Star as a Valentine's Day present.
Mum, where's my trainers?
Outside the back door.
Outside?
Well, they were stinking the house out. I told you to take the laces out and put them in the washer.
I was gonna.
Yes, but you didn't, though, did you?
I'm gonna tell my therapist about you.
Oh, very funny.
Hey, I could get a holiday out of it. What? You know, like those kids that came to London from Chernobyl. I wouldn't mind you at Disney.
Scott, how does your mind work? Sometimes I think you're just winding us up over these nightmares and that. And don't let them trick you into talking about your dad.
I know. I'm gonna do my trainers.
Are you listening to me? I said don't let them trick you into talking about your dad. Just take the laces out and leave them soaking in warm water.
I could do with that.
Cold, Seth?
I'm that cold every time I open my mouth, the light comes on. I'm freezing.
Haven't you got any central heating?
It's not natural. Do you stock candles?
Yeah. What, instead of central heating?
Listen, don't scoff. If you put a candle under an upturned plant pot, you can boil a kettle eventually.
Won't it melt?
Only if it's plastic, Mrs. Towney. Have you never heard of clay pots?
I haven't thought about it. Hey, have you read the papers today?
No, but I could do with some good news.
Oh, it depends what you call good news. It's about the sports club opening, Phoenix from the ashes and all that. Vic reckons it's free booze for all those invited.
Oh, that's always good news.
Won't go away if you keep reading it. Forget it, Lynn. It's not worth worrying about.
I just can't believe I was taken in by him. I feel so used. Everybody must be laughing at me.
Even if they are, tomorrow it's all forgotten. Come on, look on the bright side. It's not every day you open a new sports club. You're a part owner. Probably better off than most who'll be reading that trash. That's the way. Think positive.
I wish I could get my hands on him.
Don't waste your energy. Just look forward to a good launch night.
Yeah, you're right.
You've not seen Alice yet, then?
No. I was just bringing her over to our cafes later. I'm really worried about her.
She'll be all right. I mean, she was very lucky to get rescued from the house, but after that, she made a great recovery.
I know Alice is all right. It's Elsa I'm bothered about.
Why's that?
Well, she seemed really friendly on the phone.
That's not to worry about. We can all do an overdose of friendliness at times like this.
Yeah, but it's the way she talked about Alice. What great company she is and how she's enjoying looking after her. I'm just frightened she might want to keep her, Seth.
Well, you don't want to read too much into that. I mean, you've been single parent up to now, and you've done a great job with that bed, and everybody knows it.
Yeah, that's all well and good, but she did say she wanted to talk to me, and it's that what worries me.
But you're legal guardian, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, there you are then.
Let's come to some sort of arrangement over the rent and expenses.
I'm getting out of here as soon as I can. I don't want to be under the same roof as you for a second longer than necessary.
Suits me.
That was very childish, Michael.
Don't think for a second that you're going to get away with it.
Get away with what?
What were you doing in that lay-by first thing this morning?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw you hand a box over after you'd looked in the back of a truck.
You must be dreaming, Michael.
I'm going to do to you what you did to me mother.
Love, cherish, and eventually grieve for?
And kill, like you did to her.
Don't be ridiculous. Go on. Go ahead. Hit me, and your feet won't touch the ground. You're an ex-con, Michael, and I am a respected member of the community. So hit me. Come on.
I'm going to tell the police. I'm going to tell them everything I know.
Feel free.
Who's that? I do, Nick.
How did you know it was me?
I can still smell hospital on you. Didn't you learn out from me? Downwind when you're stalking, you'll never make a poacher.
Never mind that. Seth, are you living here?
Ah, I'm not troubling anybody.
It's the middle of winter. It's ridiculous.
I'm not bothered. Didn't I ever tell you? I was raised by a pack of wolves.
Really?
They taught me to forage, live off land. I taught them how to use a phone, put a Yankee bet on, and basic bookkeeping. Last time I heard of them, they were looking after a small business over in Otley.
Seth, there's no need for you to be living like this.
I don't want to be thought a scrounger, not after what's happened round here.
Why, who thinks you're a scrounger?
Well, I mean, I couldn't be definite, but I'm not going to give anybody opportunity. Me and Charlie are quite comfortable.
But the RSPCA would have a fit if they knew he was living like this. Seth, I won't let you live here. You're coming back to our Cathy's with me.
We're all right, we survive.
Oh, I don't doubt it, but it's no way to live. Now come on, and no arguing. And you were the one trying to talk some sense into me earlier. Now get your stuff.
Your Cathy won't want me.
You'd be surprised, Seth. You'd be surprised what people actually think of you. Tarzan of the Dales.
Folk keep leaving stuff here. Have you been up here earlier and left this?
No?
Well, somebody has. Last week it was a carton of milk.
Perhaps the wolves will come back to look after you.
Don't talk daft. They know I don't take milk in my tea.
Oh well. That's what you get for going round hitting looters. I don't suppose they give you a drinks licence till you get that sorted out.
They never even mentioned it.
Oh well, we got enough on here as it is.
The House of Windsor off licence. What do you reckon? Not quite grand enough?
You swine.
Viv and Vic's victuary. How about that then?
Definitely not.
Brilliant news, eh?
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
What's wrong now?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just this therapy session hanging over us.
Well, you know, don't look at it like that. Think of it as a positive thing. Something to help the kids.
Well, I'm worried it'll do them more harm than good.
How could it? It'll be all right.
Well, suppose they won't let me sit in with them.
Viv, they know what they're doing. Don't worry. You're still taking Scott to see Samson this afternoon? Hey, what's the matter, love? Cheer up. We got the licence. Hopefully we'll make a few bob. Here, go on. Take Scott up to see Samson. Get yourself some fresh air. I'll look after the shop. Impress the punters with my suit, eh?
Please, come in. Sit down.
Thank you. I suppose you know why I'm back again, Mr. Pollard?
My stepson, Michael. I'm afraid he's having a bad time of it at the moment, Detective Sergeant.
Why do you say that?
Well, I don't know. He seems to be obsessed with this idea that I'm to blame for his mother's death. So I'm somehow responsible for the plane falling out of the sky. I don't know. Maybe it's a feeling of guilt himself, because he was away when the disaster happened.
We have explained that a full investigation was carried out on all the victims of the crash. And pending the inquest, Mrs. Pollard died as a result of being struck by debris from the plane. But I don't know how we can convince him. I take it that you two don't get on.
I think the world of him. But he feels I'm to blame for his mother's death, and that's it. He's even starting to fantasize about me having dubious business meetings.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Something about a meeting and a lay-by?
The thing is, I know it's a terrible thing to say about my late wife. As I've said before, she was unbalanced at times, and I seriously think Michael's been pushed over the edge by it all. Post-trauma shock syndrome, I think it's called. I was telling him that I was having a plaque made for the church in her memory. And he just went mad over it. Completely irrational. I was only doing it because I know that's what she would have wanted.
Well, I suppose all we can do is keep an eye on things and see how they go.
Yeah. Keep an eye on Michael.
Rather you than me, sir.
I really must try and get him some help. Shall I put the kettle on?
Most welcome. Thanks.
Oh, we didn't bring him any carrots.
Yeah, I never thought.
You know the therapist?
Yeah.
Well, are they like doctors?
A bit. Why?
Well, I thought that if you told a doctor something, they weren't allowed to tell anybody. So you could trust them. And if I did tell her about my dad, she wouldn't tell anyone. So it'd be all right.
Scott, we've been through this lots of times and we've agreed not to tell anybody.
But just if I did, it'd be all right, wouldn't it?
Now look what you made me do.
It wasn't my fault.
Yes, it was. Why'd you have to keep going on about your dad? Look, you're not to tell anybody, and that is it, right?
All right, I won't tell.
And you reckon that's a goodbye?
Oh, lovely looking horse, Frank. Kim would love him.
And the price?
I knock him down a couple of grand and meet him halfway, eh?
Right, I'll do that. They don't have a care in the world, do they?
Not with a good owner, they don't.
You're a born horseman, Joe.
Oh, lovely animals are horses. They're kind to us human beings as well. I've seen disabled people sitting on a horseback and beaming. There's an instant trust with them.
I wonder if Chris could manage that eventually.
Don't see why not. Certainly be a challenge for him.
Well, perhaps we'll do something up at the Heritage Farm about riding for the disabled.
Oh, it's Heritage Farm now, is it?
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Certainly con the tourists. Hi.
Hello.
Where's Alice?
She was looking a bit tired, so I've left her with a friend. She's fine.
Tell her you were coming to see me.
No, I wanted her to have an early night, and I think she might be coming down with a bit of a cold.
Elsa, I just got out of hospital. My daughter was trapped in the rubble of our house and I've not seen her since. I miss her. Did you not think about that?
Yes, I did, Nick. But we have to put Alice first, and I didn't think she should be travelling at the moment. Are you all right now, then?
I'm fine. But I'll be a lot better when I get Alice back. How are you?
I'm missing my mum. It was all such an awful shock.
Unbelievable. I keep dreaming about the last time I saw Archie. He just disappeared in front of my eyes.
Alice never mentions anything about it, you know. It's like she's blanked it out of her mind.
But she's all right, isn't she?
She's great. Isn't she growing up quickly?
Yeah, I know. I've been with her all the time, remember?
So how long are you staying here, then?
Till I get rehoused. There's a house insurance and everything to sort out. I don't know how long that takes.
Oh. It's a good job Kathy could take you in, then.
Yeah. I'll make a cup of tea.
Right. So it'll be a while before you're settled into a home of your own.
I'm really pleased your mother's breathing without the machine, Joe.
Oh, let's just hope she comes out of the coma.
Have the specialist said anything to you?
No, we're seeing them again tomorrow. They thought we'd been through enough for one day. What are they likely to say to us?
Oh, I wouldn't like to preempt what they might say, but I think you should prepare for the fact
That she might not come out the coma.
Yeah, that's why. Stick to orange juice all night, Frank. It's bad for business.
But it's good for me. You enjoy yourself any way you want to, and I'll do the same.
My God, he's got a nerve.
Isn't that the journalist friend of yours?
He's no friend of mine, and he's not staying here.
Hi, how you doing? I'd almost forgotten how much I enjoyed myself up here.
How am I doing? After that article you wrote about me.
Didn't do you much harm, did it, judging by the turnout?
How could you do that to me?
doing you a favour.
A favour? You practically accused me of profiting from the air crash. Phoenix from the ashes and all that.
It was just a good human interest piece. I said there were born survivors and you were one of them.
People died in that crash. People that I knew. And I just thank God me and my son did survive. Yeah, I want to get on with my life. But I don't want to profit from that crash. You used me. You used me all along.
Don't get sanctimonious with me, Lynn. We used each other. That's what it's all about. Let's have a drink and get it in proportion.
I've got it in proportion, all right.
You certainly have.
Yeah, I was flattered by your attention. And I fell for all those words about doing service for the community and being seen as a figurehead. But that article's just brought it home to me what a sleazy, horrible world I stepped into when I met you.
I don't believe you people. We're in the business of selling papers, and you know that. What do you expect me to write about you? Single mother Lynn Whiteley, the Mother Teresa of Beckendale. Was good while it lasted.
You'll let go of her.
Or what, Seth? You'll put in an inflated expenses account? You people did all right out of my paper. Get real.
It wouldn't be the right thing for Alice to come back here at the moment.
How would you know what the right thing is for Alice? She's been living with me for 2 years.
You've just come out of hospital. You've nowhere to live.
Elsa, I don't understand why you want to keep her. You said yourself when we split up that I'm the better parent, and I am. Alice has got to come home.
Perhaps it was only after Mum died that I realised how important it is for a child to be with its mother. Well, I've lost my mum, but Alice shouldn't lose hers. I want her, Nick, and I'm going to have her.
You are not going to have her.
Oh, we'll see about that. But I hope things don't get nasty for her sake. Because her welfare and her happiness have to be the most important thing.
Exactly, Elsa. That's why she's got to come back to where she's been all her life.
I don't want to argue, Nick. Let's leave the details to the solicitors. The point now, though, is she's with me, isn't she? I better get off. She'll be missing me.